What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just got back from Northern Tool and I picked up a steam cleaner add-on that turns your cold water pressure washer into a steam cleaner. I drove to Jackson, Mississippi and picked this up. You can order it on their website or order it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if any of you guys are interested and want to help the channel out. If not, just go to your Northern Tool and pick one up if you want one that way. Anyway, I just got back and I picked this up, and it's on a little shipping skid down here. We're going to take it off and get it hooked up, and we're going to try it out. I'm tired of trying to wash stuff with a cold water pressure washer, and the more pressure I turn up, the wetter I get. That's about all I accomplish. All the grease and stuff on this big truck just does not want to come off. Spent $50 in chemicals and still does a mediocre job. So we're going to try this out and see if this will help solve the situation, because the water temperature right now is probably 40 degrees coming out of the faucet. 40-degree water don't clean very well. So this will fix that problem. This goes up to 250 degrees. And it's got a little hose on it. You just hook it up to your pressure washer pump and then connect your pressure washer hose and wand to here. Of course, you need a hot water pressure washer wand. If you don't have one of those, just pick one of those up in the hose. And these fittings will have to be swapped on this one because it's set up for a North Star pressure washer, and their fittings are backwards for some reason. So in other words, what I'm saying on that is, see, my pump has this end on the pump itself, so I'll have to swap this end with this end, and then this will plug into my pump. I'll show you that in a little bit. But we got the temp control here, which goes up to 250 degrees right there. The on and off button. And you simply put some diesel fuel in that yellow tank down there, and you plug this up. It has handles right here that we'll have to put on, and some wheels on the bottom that we'll put on. But basically, you put your diesel in it, you plug it up, you connect your pressure washer, and you turn your power on and your temp setting, and you have hot water. It has a pressure switch that it will not let the burner come on until there's pressure provided by your pressure washer. So your pressure washer has to be running. It has to sense enough pressure. I don't know what the pressure setting is, probably 200 or 300 psi, I'm not sure. It's probably in the specs, but it has to have water pressure in order to make the burner operate. But anyhow, I read reviews on this, and everybody says it's a positive review on everything. One guy I read on there even had one since 2004 and said he's actually rebuilt it and had to put new insulation and a new coil and everything, and it used it so much, and said that Northern keeps the parts and everything for it. And I assume it's built just like the ones that come together as a compact complete unit with both pieces. Except this is just by itself, and this may actually be better because you don't always need this, and it makes it more portable because you can move this and then you can move the other part, so it's half the weight that you're moving at one time. But you can use this with any pressure washer that has a quick connect fitting of some sort that you can rig up. I mean, if you got one of those pressure washers that's like $100, it's just got the special type hose, well, that's probably not going to work because there's no way to hook it up. But if you got one that's at least $300 or $400. It's got the quick connect ends like normal pressure washers do. You should be able to hook it up and this should work, and you'll have a steam cleaner instead. This is my pressure washer over here. This is a DeWalt that I have. And you see what I'm talking about here? The end on this is a male. And so I have to swap the ends to make that a female where it plugs in right here, as you can tell. But that's not a big deal. Anyway, this is a pressure washer I have and what I'm going to use with it. So you can use, like I say, whatever you want, I suppose, as long as you can get it to hook up. So anyway, I'm going to get this off of the skid here, and we'll get her hooked up and see how she does. All right, guys, I've got it off the pallet. I put the wheels on it. The tires do come flat, so you'll have to air those up. I didn't read the instructions, but I just kind of looked at it, because I'm a guy and we don't need instructions until we do, and then we go back and figure out what we did wrong, and then we sort it out, because that's how we do things. But I swapped the hoses, or the ends on the hoses, where the male was here, put the female. I put the male on this end so it hooks up to the pump. I went ahead and put diesel in it, went ahead and poured some on it, around it, and on the floor for good measure. You know how that works out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it up, and I'm going to start the pressure washer up and get water coming through it, and I'm going to leave it turned off to start with. And I've got a little test spot over here I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to set you up, and I'm going to hit like one side of it with just the cold water from the pressure washer, and then I'm going to turn the steamer unit on, and I'm going to do the other side of it, and we're going to compare. So I'm going to show you what I got over here. This is the side skirt of my truck here. I don't know how well the camera's picking up just how dirty that is. You'll probably be able to tell when I start washing it, but it is completely filthy with road film and just nasty, oily, greasy crap. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wash part of it with cold water, and then I'm gonna come back and wash the other part of it with hot water and steam, and see what it looks like. All right, guys, one more thing I wanted to point out is when you turn your water on, you always want to remove your tip from your pressure washer right here, and squeeze the nozzle. Let me zoom you guys back out there. Squeeze the nozzle until it gets all the air out of it. That way, see all the air? And just hold it till water starts coming out again. I don't know if you can hear it. It's pushing all that air and stuff out of the coil inside of that, out of the pump, out of the hoses and everything. That way when you start the pressure washer up, you get nothing but water coming through. And also, if there's any trash in the hose, it'll flush it out instead of it clogging your tip whenever you start washing. That looks like that's about got it. So we'll go ahead and put the tip back in there, and we're going to start it up. And this is going to be on cold water to start with. And I'm going to do the right side of the panel with cold water, and I'm going to come back and do the left side with the steam on. All right, guys, I'm not sure if you can tell the difference, but this is the side I washed with cold water, and I washed this with the hot water, the steam, and you can tell where I made the swipe across right here with the steam. You can see the clean spot. Even after I've washed it with cold water, you can see how the steam cut that grime off. And you know, that's just on the outside of the truck. When you get back here around like this fifth wheel, you can see all this grease here. This is built up over here. I've tried to wash this before with cold water. It just won't cut it. Well, guys, turns out that hose wasn't rated for hot water use, but I got another hose. Well, at least I wasn't standing right in front of the thing when it blew out, because that would have been bad. It's already bad because it's getting everything in my shop wet, but need to let that coil cool off a minute before I go turn the water off. It's a good idea to wear a face shield and some glasses because that grease splatters all over you. But when I get the other hose hooked up here, I will show you what I got washed. Well, guys, you've seen how dangerous that could be using a cold water hose. This is a hose that's only rated for 140 degrees, and that was 250 degrees. So Luckily, it didn't blow off on the other end first. I guess because it was a little hotter down here, but it probably wasn't far from coming loose on the other end as well and giving me a bath with 250-degree water that I didn't need. So that could have ended very badly. Anyway, I swapped hoses. Hopefully this hose here is a little better hose. It's made out of hydraulic line, and hydraulic lines usually can get 200 plus degrees on a machine at 3,000 PSI or more. So hopefully this will work. It's a hose I already had made, just to add some extra length. I probably should order like a high rated hose if I can find one. Anyway, I want to show you guys what I got done over here. All right, guys, so here's the back. I just washed this one side right here, and this is no chemical. You can see how much of that it cut off with just the steam itself. And I was washing on this fifth wheel right here. You can see the crap on the door I'll have to wash off, and it blew it everywhere all over. I'll have to wash all that, but you can see the grease that it knocked off this fifth wheel, and you can see steam still coming off of it. It's so hot, but it's cooking that grease off of there and off the axles and everything. So I think it's gonna work good. You can see the shiny spot on the wheel that I hit with it. So I think that's gonna work out good. I just gotta get some better hoses and stuff. So if you were thinking about using a cold water hose, let that be an example and don't. And I still got grease all over me, my beard and everything. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna finish washing this and then I'm gonna go wash myself. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.